So we are learning more about the extent of damage caused by the missile attack by Yemen's Houthi or Ansarullah fighters targeting Ben Gurion airport in the settler colony of Israel, built on the stolen land of Palestinians. No less an entity than the pro-Israeli media outlet, the BBC, has painted a grim picture for Israel and the US. And this will frighten the rogue regimes of both Israel and the US. The supersonic ballistic missile, which hit an area adjacent to the airport, caused a 25-meter deep crater. Unlike Israelis or their Western backers, who repeatedly target civilians, killing them in scores, the Houthi missile did not directly hit the airport, thankfully. I don't know if this was by design, but this tells you a lot about the Yemeni fighters who could have taken a leaf out of the US, UK, and Israeli playbook, but chose not to. You remember how the US airstrikes on Yemen killed dozens of African migrant workers recently? Don't take my word for it. This is how pro-Israeli media outlet the New York Times is now reporting on this development. You can watch the entire video report by the New York Times on our Telegram channel as it contains graphic details. Details on the screen. Reacting to the attack, war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu said that we will take very strong action. By we, this war criminal meant his slave Donald Trump and other sellout members of the Congress and the Senate in the US.
As far as the trade routes, obviously we're being challenged. The whole world is being challenged by the Houthis, including in the dastardly attack they did today near Ben Gurion Airport. We will not tolerate it. We will take very strong action against them. And we always remember that they act with their patron Iran's direction and support. We will do what we need to do to take care of our security, to respond effectively, and to give Iran a due warning that this cannot continue.
And there are reports that the US slaves have already started acting obediently to launch more strikes on Yemen to please their Israeli masters. But watch the analysis on the BBC first, which is reporting about the total shutdown of the airport following the Houthi missile attack. The BBC reporter in the video, which I will play in a bit, also exposed the much publicized claims on the effectiveness of the US-made Iron Dome. But the most alarming news for Israel and its backers, reported by the BBC this morning, was that Houthis now plan to impose an airspace ban, complete airspace ban over Israeli territory, just like the sea blockade it has effectively maintained over the Red Sea since October 2023 in response to the Israel's genocidal campaign in Gaza. Now, this is alarming. In fact, there are reports of several airlines already deciding to stop flying to and from Israel.
Mohammed Taha from BBC Arabic explained the significance of Israel's defence system failing to intercept that Houthi missile.
This has happened before because these systems a little bit struggling with supersonic missiles. This missile was a supersonic and managed to hit the airport. This is a massive development in this war. As these Houthis managed to hit the airport and they are 2,000 kilometers away. I was following Luquesa, the situation of the airport this morning, and it looks like most of the flights that are planned to depart from Ben Gurion Airport were cancelled. This is huge. We don't know to what extent Israel will be able to cope with that. As the Houthis said, they will impose what they called as airspace ban on Israel. They said before they were imposing a maritime ban on Israel in the Red Sea, and now they said they will extend that to the airspace. We will see in the coming hours if these flights will manage to depart or not.
Also see the emphatic reply from the BBC reporter when the presenter asks him if Houthis have the capabilities to translate their threats into a reality.
We'll get on to Iran in a moment, but just picking up on that point, Mohammed, do the Houthis have military capability to carry that threat through?
Apparently, yes. And I did a report before that they don't have only the supersonic missiles. They use the drone to maneuver also the Houthis and the Houthis and THAAD air defenses in Israel, the American one and the Israeli ones, and they managed to hit that all the time. This is causing a massive embarrassment to Israel as a state that is being described by many agencies as a failed state, is being able to hit targets in one of the strongest armies in the region, and they are targeting the strongest nation in the world, which is the United States as well.
Okay, so there have been reports coming in of strikes on Sana'a, the Yemeni capital. Any more detail you can fill us in on that?
Indeed, the Americans straight away started to target Sana'a after this attack. There were reports that attacks included Sana'a, Sa'da, Ma'rib. But I was talking with Yemeni sources, Loquesa, and they told me the Houthis, there are clear instructions to the civilians, to everyone, not to report anything, not to say any information about anybody killed, not to give information about anything hit. And apparently this strategy does work. This war is going for more than a year and a half so far, and the Houthis are only getting stronger and stronger in this war.
Mohammed Taha there.
So the Houthis military spokesperson wasn't lying when he issued this chilling warning yesterday. Now even the BBC is acknowledging this. Wonder what Israelis would be discussing now with their Western backers.
نفذت القوة الصاروخية في القوات المسلحة اليمنية عملية عسكرية نوعية استهدفت مطار بن غوريون في منطقة يافا المحتلة، وذلك بصاروخ باليستي فرط صوتي، وقد أصاب هدفه بنجاح بفضل الله. وكان من نتائج العملية ما يلي: فشل المنظومات الاعتراضية الأمريكية والإسرائيلية في اعتراضه، هروب أكثر من 3 ملايين صهيوني إلى الملاجئ، توقف حركة المطار بشكل كامل ولأكثر من ساعة. وبهذا تجدد القوات المسلحة اليمنية تحذيرها لكافة شركات الطيران العالمية من مواصلة رحلاتها إلى مطار بن غوريون، كونه أصبح غير آمن لحركة الملاحة. وفي وقت سابق مساء أمس نفذ سلاح الجو المسير عملية عسكرية استهدفت هدفا حيويا تابعا للعدو الإسرائيلي في منطقة عسقلان المحتلة، وذلك بطائرة مسيرة نوع يافا. سيواصل اليمن شعبا وقيادة وجيشا بعون الله وبالتوكل عليه والثقة بنصره، والثبات والصمود في مواجهة العدوان الأمريكي، وعدم التخلي عن أداء الواجب الديني والأخلاقي والإنساني تجاه الشعب الفلسطيني المظلوم مهما كانت التداعيات.
War is bad. And yet evil and deeply corrupt individuals from the West have fueled this conflict in the Middle East for their own vested interest or to serve their paymasters in Israel, or both. It should be up to the ordinary public in all these countries to rise against these corrupt and mentally depraved politicians so that they are prevented from carrying out more massacres of innocent children and babies using their tax money. Just rein in this madman called Netanyahu. Give Palestinians their own independent and sovereign country. Return their stolen land and make Israel pay for its war crimes and the rebuilding of Gaza and the occupied West Bank. The entire region will be in peace. It's that simple. That's it for me. Thank you very much for your support of this platform and our journalism on buymeacoffee.com and Patreon. If you too think that our journalism is worth supporting, then you too should consider becoming part of it. Details are there in the description of this video. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, because that's one of the many ways you can support independent journalism. God bless you all.